Hey there friends, welcome back to another Legally Armed America video. I'm of course Paul Glasgow here, the one and only truth pimp dealing you a vulgar display of logic and reason on a daily basis. Yeah, today we're going to talk about the North Carolina light railway stabbing that took place, which honestly, unless you're plugged into social media and looking at a lot of conservative or independent people talking about this story, you probably didn't see the video, any stills of it, or much of anything about it over the weekend because, quite frankly, the left was not concerned with this at all. Mainstream media said, not important to me.
It was 2 weeks ago today that this woman, Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee, was killed while riding the light rail in South Charlotte. Since that time, there have been several questions about what happened, why it happened, and could it have been prevented. Today, CATS released surveillance video of the events leading up to and after her murder. And we want to warn you, some of these images could be considered disturbing to our viewers.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated. But nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown. She has earbuds in and is looking at her phone. She too's just minding her own business. They ride along for around 4 minutes with nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself. The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any, at first realized what had happened until they noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a bystander rushes down to begin lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later, 9:52 p.m., 6 minutes into the video, Brown leaves the light rail.
The video here shows us just how quickly things happened and how difficult it would have been to prevent once he got on the train. And that is an important part to all of this. From what we've been told, Brown never should have been on the train. Authorities tell WBTV he did not buy a ticket. CAT says it is working on ways to keep fare skippers off mass transit.
So that's the takeaway? we need to prevent fare skippers from getting on these trains? Are you freaking kidding me? That's the takeaway. This story is an absolute symbol of how broken our justice system is, our crime policies, and the silence from the mainstream media is sickening. This piece of crap rat bastard thug was not some unknown face to law enforcement. This guy had a long history of arrests and convictions, a career criminal who should have been locked up a long time ago. Instead, the revolving door justice system just spit his punk ass back out onto the streets. I mean, judges, prosecutors, politicians continue to hand these predators, quote, second chances, while ignoring the fact that every release is another risk to the public. And this time it played out on the Carolina light rail system. Now, you hear politicians, you hear police commissioners, you hear a lot of these folks say, oh, we can't arrest our way out of this. Really? Apparently they can murder their way out of it. Why can't we at least attempt to arrest our way out? Oh, wait, let me guess. Systemic racism? Is that what it is? Oh, let me guess also. Poverty in a certain community? Is that what it is also? Maybe that's the excuse. What's the excuse this week? Is it a culmination of all of that? Did somehow or another his stomach growl and he didn't have enough groceries, so he went and killed somebody because it made him less hungry? There's always some kind of stupid, lame-brained excuse to never put the accountability on the rat bastard who commits the crime. Somebody else is likely out there making excuses for this piece of crap thug as I speak. And adding insult to injury, the train, like so many others in America, is a gun-free zone. Go figure. We know what that means. Criminals not only ignore the law, but they also know it's a kill zone. Gun-free zone means soft target to them. So this guy, knowing and being a career politician, he knows the areas where he's going to meet the least amount of resistance. This was it. This was it. The victim and every single person on this train had been stripped of their basic right to self-defense by North Carolina politicians who promised safety in exchange for their compliance. And they didn't deliver. These people should be held accountable. The ones who are putting these gun-free zones on all these places that all these murders and all these crimes continue to happen, they should be held to account. To me, there should be no immunity in cases like this. You pass a law that disarms everybody and things like this continue to happen, guess what? Maybe we put money in escrow or something like that and would take it from you. Like, don't pay you your full salary. Put money in account. And whenever there's 0 murders and you actually limit crime from these stupid new rules and laws that you pass, yeah, we'll give you some of that money. But until then, it's at risk. These people have no skin in the game. It's all politics to them. And nothing matters because even whenever they fail, they get their full paycheck and that next promotion. In this case, this frickin' train is an absolute death trap on rails, if you want to call it anything. Criminals roam freely. Every single one of these gun-free zones is nothing more than a guarantee that the good guys won't be able to fight back. And how is this treated by the media? Just as you expected, right? Let me explain some things to you that I dug up this morning. This is going to be pretty interesting to you. CNN published 2 articles and a video report on the incident today. Today. I've been reading about this since Friday. Today, on Monday, CNN put 2 stories out. And only because everybody was asking, why haven't y'all talked about this? And Axios put out a story today, but the story's not what you would expect. The story is literally about these people whining that people have called them out for not covering the story. Their little ex-post says, the gruesome video of the fatal knife attack on Irina Zarutsky on a light rail car in Charlotte is drawing attention from MAGA influencers seeking to elevate the issue of violent urban crime. Well, are you saying this shouldn't be elevated? We shouldn't be talking about this? Oh, it's MAGA doing this. If somebody speaks out on somebody getting their throat cut on a train in North Carolina because a black man does it to a white man, suddenly this is bad to cover. It's racist to cover it, right? We shouldn't be covering this. There's plenty of other things to talk about. We want to paint a street like a rainbow. Let's go talk about that instead. But this, yeah, it's off base. When you cover it, you become MAGA. And the rest of the media? No coverage found from the New York Times, the Washington Post, MSNBC, ABC News, or NBC News as of today. All of these garbage liberal mainstream outlets cry endlessly about, quote, gun violence, but they go completely silent on something like this because the tool used to take an innocent life by a career criminal wasn't the one that they need to grab a headline with. So this is completely not important to them. Another thing, remember how the media reacted when a hero, Daniel Penny, restrained, and ultimately the guy lost his life, but restrained a wacko on a New York subway. Remember that? Oh, he was called everything. Racist, attacker, everything under the sun that would demonize this guy, make him look bad. Even when the left does cover this, because they're forced to cover it, they can't bring themselves to say anything negative about the guy who had been in a revolving door in jail 14 different times with 14 different charges. That's the things he got charged with. Can you imagine how many things he plead out on? How many things he got away with? Because I can promise you this, every criminal on the street will tell you this. If you've been caught 14 times, that ain't the only crimes you've ever committed. So we have a guy who is a career and probably a committed criminal, now a murderer. And how dare we talk about it? I mean, this is the look of modern America today. If you defend yourself or others, the system will absolutely destroy you if it does not fit their narrative. If you're a violent repeat offender, the system protects you. If you're a politician, you'll keep building shiny new light rails that double as rolling crime scenes, all the while patting yourself on the back for, quote, progress. And if you're the media, you'll just pretend like it never even happened, right? I mean, guys, this was not just a stabbing. To me, this was the inevitable outcome of soft on-crime policies. I mean, gun-free zones do nothing but guarantee helplessness. This is a society where heroes like Daniel Penny are punished instead of praised. The North Carolina light rail isn't progress. It's a taxpayer-funded crime lab. And this is absolutely designed to fail you the moment a predator steps on board. Friends, if you're tired of being told to sit down and shut up every time you speak out about a system that's clearly broken and does not work, especially regarding gun-free zones, it's time to speak out. Speak louder than what you've been speaking out. Share stories. Share this video. Share any other story. Give them your comments. Tag politicians. Tag your local politicians. Of course, the local ones, that probably matters more than anything because those are the ones closer to home and their names and their fingerprints are all over this stuff. So all the congressmen and senators in North Carolina, including the state senators and state congressmen, hit them all up. Call them. Ask them why they allow this kind of stuff to happen. Why they turn the other way when stuff like this happens in your backyard. Ask them why the freedom to defend yourself and your family is suddenly not good enough whenever you step onto one of their little trains. Use this story as an example. Don't let this story just fade away, guys. This is one that needs to be pushed to the headlines. The fact that they're ignoring it tells me that it needs to be pushed to the headlines because they don't want us talking about this. And anytime, I've taken my note from the media, anytime they don't want us to talk about something, that's the very best time to be talking about something. Share this video if you like the video, comment on it. Also, tell me what your thoughts are. I'm curious what you guys think. Is this something that we should just act like the media got right by ignoring this? Or are they purposely ignoring this to try to cover it up and hide it because it's a protected class of person that they simply don't want to show as being bad? Don't forget, guys, if you're looking for a book to educate yourself and to educate the idiots out there who can't think for themselves regarding mass shootings, go to damnliars.net. Again, damnliars.net, and get my brand new book, Damn Liars.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.